Hello, this is the TradeSite US Forex Market Preview and International Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Sunday the 1st of November, ending Friday the 6th. Hope you had a good trading weekend. Statements have printed for October. It's not a quarter end. It is what it is. Obviously, we have the election on Tuesday. It's a big deal in the US at least. Might not affect the Forex markets that much. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. We got a 13 buy signal a couple weeks ago. Curled right up off of that number, and we've basically been flat for 6 months. Honestly, we're near the highs of a narrow range, but we've been fairly flat. So let's go through the major pairs. So here's the euro dollar, which had the inverse of the dollar index, got the 13 sell signal, and same thing, it's flat. Pound dollar, Aussie dollar. There was a 13 sell signal about a month ago. It's approaching the static trend line already. We'll see what we get from there. Here is the euro yen at lows for the recent period, but not a big deal. Pound yen, dead in the middle of the range. Note the 13 sell signal there back in August was right on the money. Pound Swiss, you get any flyer than that? Not only obviously the last 2 months dead flat, but then really if you look at all the way back to April, it's just horrible. Not tradable. New Zealand dollar pair, same thing, so there's nothing there. All right, in terms of intra-week action, here's the 30-minute candles. The euro dollar high to low for the week was about 210 pips. Just a decline throughout the week. Nothing major intraday each day in terms of ranges. Pound dollar, on the other hand, high to low for the week was only 200 pips, but at least it had a little bit more of a swing on Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. So we had a couple winners Thursday, Friday, but I wouldn't say it was anything super exciting from that perspective. All right, in terms of the economic data coming out in the week ahead, like we just did our time changes over the Saturday night, so just be aware of that. That adjusts again the Forex market around the world. AIG Manufacturing Index out of Australia. These are all Eastern time, by the way. Building consents out of New Zealand. MI inflation gains out of Australia. Building approvals out of Australia. Final manufacturing PMI out of Japan. Caxton manufacturing PMI out of China. Commodity prices out of Australia. Europe's got their Spanish manufacturing PMI, Swiss, Italian, French, German, all the same, the broad European sector, and then the UK manufacturing PMI numbers. Then Canada does theirs Monday morning, and then here in the US we do the same. We got construction spending too. Japan's got a bank holiday. We've got a rate announcement, a Bank of Australia rate announcement at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time Monday night. CPI out of Switzerland. French government budget balance, GDP price index out of New Zealand, factory orders here in the U.S., IBD tip economic optimism number. Obviously the election Tuesday, so that could be slow. Ward's total vehicle sales here in the U.S., AIG construction index out of Australia, New Zealand's unemployment rate, etc. Retail sales out of Australia, Caxton services out of Japan. Going into Wednesday, Spanish unemployment change, their services PMI, same for Italy, France, Germany. It's the same as the other one. Final European number, UK's number, and then Europe's got their PPI in the U.S. at 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. We've got the ADP non-farm employment change number, trade balance out of Canada, trade balance here in the U.S. That's one of our big three, so we'll be half size ahead of Wednesday. That's after the election, by the way. I would back off on the election too. Final services PMI number at 9:45 on Wednesday. ISM services PMI, crude oil inventories here in the U.S. Then that night, trade balance out of Australia. We got the Swiss SECO consumer climate number, Europe, German factory orders, UK construction PMI, EU economic forecasts, retail sales, Spanish 10-year bond auction, French 10-year bond auction. UK has their rate announcement at 7 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Challenger job cuts here in the US. The weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers an hour before the bell on Thursday. Preliminary non-farm productivity, preliminary unit labor costs, Europe's, it doesn't matter. So we've got natty gas here in the U.S. We got a Fed announcement. So we have a Fed announcement on Thursday. So usually your Fed meetings are Tuesday, Wednesday, but because of the election, they're not going to start on Tuesday. So it's a Wednesday, Thursday, 2-day meeting, and then the announcements on Thursday. They just don't want to get involved in the politics of it. AIG Services Index, Japan's household spending, average cash earnings. Australia's RBA monetary policy statement, inflation expectations, German industrial production on Friday, French preliminary private payrolls, French trade balance, foreign currency reserves, Halifax HPI, Italian retail sales. Canada's got their weekly their unemployment number and their employment change number. So we'll be half size again Thursday night going to Friday because we also have the U.S. unemployment rate. So we've got trade balance, the election, the Fed announcement, and the unemployment rate this week. That's a lot here in the U.S. And it is what it is. Consumer credit at 3 on Friday, and that's the end of the week. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. We have some changes coming to TradeSight soon. Hope you love them. It's going to be good for everybody. It's going to be better for every one of our subscribers. Thanks.